Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome to round one of Paranormal Rant. So, this is a place where you can voice your opinions on the good, the bad, and the ugly in the paranormal field. Not just ghost hunting, not just cryptids, not ufology. Whatever you want to rant, praise, feel free. This open forum, it's non judgmental. If people start judging, then that's issues with. So we are waiting on one guest tonight. Maybe two. One of them has to put their kiddos to bed and it'll be on. So a few good things that's happened in the field is that you find out who your friends are and you aligned with, that you work well with. I think my who they can trust and who they can't as well. I just need to move a couple things around. Let's try this again. So, as I was saying, you can find out who your friends are in this field, and have an interview with a local newspaper for global Collingwood Arts Center on May 3rd. It's available for that yet. It will be an 8-hour investigation. Proceeds go to support the All right, so we're trying this again. So let's see if it works. Marissa should be here sometime. Now, this is an NC-17, so beware. There will probably be cussing, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to make that banner right now. If you hear loud noises, those are my kids. And one that sounds like she's going to throw up on herself. So, oh, hold on. I have to do this from my phone, so it's kind of, there we go. So let's take a look and see where she's at. She has not seen this, so she should be here shortly. But anywho, so you get to see I did laundry today. Probably. What? Anyways, what I was talking about is that there's the good, the bad, the ugly. You need to know your group. A lot of people say they're about peer unity. I said it before, I'll say it again. Peer unity is bullshit unless it's in your special clique. And if you're not part of that little clique, then there is no peer unity. So I'm looking at trying to find it on YouTube. So anyways, I'm hoping this goes over well. But anyone's welcome to join in. I just got to see how this is looking on YouTube. Let's see. But sorry. I feel like I'm rambling, which I probably am. But like I said, there's the good, the bad, the ugly. So there are other podcasters around. Some of them are good, some are bad. Not really bad, but you know, I'm tired of them. Oh, this is a great idea. This is that. So just waiting on Marissa to show up. Oh, there she is. Hello?
Hello,
Hello, I've been talking to myself.
girl.
That was
What is
exciting.
up? What is up with the internet?
Girl, I don't know. I'm trying 2 different Wi-Fis right now. One is run through the phone line. The other one is underground. So I don't
Jeez,
know. Neither one of them will let me stream very well. So I have no idea. So I'm on my phone again.
I'm on my phone again too. I don't even want to try to hook up my actual laptop.
I give up. But
What are
hey,
we
that's
talking
okay.
about tonight?
So I was discussing with myself the good, the bad, and the ugly, that you need to know who you can trust in the field and who you need to align yourself with. And you find that out every day in this field.
Yeah, it's it can be tough. I think the hardest part about this field is that there are a lot of good people, and there are a lot of good people with good intentions, but once you get like a taste of any kind of notoriety at all,
Yeah.
Some people let it get to their heads,
Oh, they do.
and I do think that the actual reason that you're here gets lost. And I realize that there's people that will watch this and go, oh, she's saying that she runs an event company. Well, the real reason you run an event company is to promote the paranormal field, which is parascience research. You do it to get the community involved. So if you remember the main reason that we're in this, that's what's important. There's people that get into this and they eat each other alive because somebody else comes into this and they start another company that might sell tickets to events. Well, if you remember that you're in this to sell tickets to events to inspire the community to accept parascience research and not think it's a cult practice where we worship the devil, and it's actually scientific research to prove that there's something more and possibly better than this existence right now, then maybe you wouldn't eat the other person alive.
I think some of it's jealousy.
Maybe.
And a lot of people like to use those that have more, what's the word I'm looking for? More followers, more personality than they have in a tiny little bottle. But
I mean, I think that a lot of people that are in this, I think 95% of the people that are doing this are good. I don't know if it's 95%. I don't want to put my foot in my mouth. I mean, I think a good majority of the people that do this do it for the right reasons.
I do too. I met a lot of great people through it. A couple of my best friends here in Indiana, I met through it.
Yeah.
And
I wouldn't have met you without this.
Yeah, I was going to say, and now like we talk every day.
Right.
And we met 2 months ago at the
right.
moment?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we've never met in person.
Nope.
And we don't just talk about this. I mean, we talk about like a lot of real paranormal, like other actual important things, like the research part of it. Like we talk about relevant stuff to, like the bonds that we make are relevant to the actual community and what we're here for, But sadly, this is something that we also have to talk about. And I think that's why we're here tonight, because
I do too.
It's sad.
It needs to be brought to the light, and more people. I've noticed this past 2 weeks that more and more people are talking about things that's happened.
Yeah.
And a lot of people that's been in the field for years, like I've been in the field, 12 years, 13 years, something like that. Oh my God, a decade. I'm getting old. But people that's been in the field are quitting because of the bullshit and the drama.
Right.
And it's not what it was when we started. And everybody wants to be a star. They want to be on TV.
Right.
Especially these young kids. Holy hell. These young kids out here on YouTube. You can urban explore, and next thing you know, they want to be on you. Xander.
See, and that's the thing, that right there. People aren't real either. They're not real. Everybody's afraid to be who they are, Oh, don't say this because you might not be a real person. You're affecting your business if you have a real opinion. Well, you're affecting your integrity as a human being if you don't be who you are. If 200 people, actually, if 499 out of 5,000 stop following me because I have an opinion, then so be it.
I agree.
That is not why you should exist. You shouldn't exist to have a following. You should have a following of people because they share the same values, and those should be people you truly call friends.
I agree. And I tell you what, they're just out here trying to be a star and get their name out there and get their money off of YouTube and hoping to get a show. there's some kid from where I live out in Elkhart, and he actually said it. This has been like a year or two ago, and I don't remember what it was on. And he said he has a little team, and he said that, well, I want to be on TV and have a show. That's why he's doing it. He said that on a post. He wants to be on TV and have a show.
Now, devil's advocate. Honestly, if it came to be or didn't, I could take it or leave it. But then again, I'm not going to date myself and tell you all how old I am, but I'm old enough to not care. Now, think back though, Jen, like 20 something years ago. Yeah. Think about how cool that would have been, you know?
Yep.
They're kids. I have kids that age. Oh my God, I dated myself. I could have had kids when I was like 11, guys. But anyway, I'm just saying, you know, to the young kids, I don't hate them for, you know, thinking like that. Let them dream. Like, let them dream. They'll wake up. Maybe they'll make it that far. And you know what? Bravo. I'm a supporter. I won't be that boulder going downhill at you. Please make it. But let them dream. And if they don't, they'll wake up and they'll do something else. That doesn't bother me. What bothers me is this. You dream and dream big, but don't stand in front of anybody else's dreams, and don't trash talk people. There's no reason for it. You don't have to like everybody. Yeah. Shit, you can hate everybody around you, but you also don't have to be like the rainstorm, the shit on everybody else's parade. You just don't. You don't have to ruin everybody else's everything. Just be quiet. Just be quiet. Be hateful to yourself.
I can do that well.
Me too. You know how many people I come across and I don't like and I don't tell? Can you imagine?
Oh, you told me.
Just because I'm not telling you doesn't mean I'm not inwardly not liking you. I'm just not trying to ruin your everything. Like, why can't everybody else be that way?
I'm not trying to really let you know how you are.
I mean, honestly, just don't be a jerk. That's all you have to do. Don't be a jerk. We don't all like each other, but we all we all should respect each other, like the minimum, like the freaking minimum.
You know, I interviewed a guy today for the men's event, and
was it my husband? Was it him?
We should interview him live right now. He'd probably be down for that.
He would be. You want to bring him on?
He'd be like, "Oh my God, hi, I'm Mr.
He's Mr. Terrific."
Oh, he'd be like, "Hello." Yeah, I interviewed a guy and I told him, I said, you know, we were talking about the different fields and stuff, and I told him, I said, you know, I don't care. As long as you're nice to me, I'll be nice to you. If you're an asshole to me, oh, I'll be an asshole to you. And if you backstab me and try to start shit, then I'm good. You started it, I'm good. I can finish it. Because I know when I started in the dogman community, I know you just love your dogmen.
Stop. I've been hearing them on my roof ever since you told me that shit this morning.
Of course you have. But if I hear anything, I'll let you know.
Oh my God.
I'll just get the camera out and point it the other way and be like, oh, tell Larissa hi.
Oh my God.
But there was a bunch of guys that tried to get me blackballed because I'm a female in the dogman community. And come to find out, they did this to other women too. And they did it to another guy that has a podcast.
Why?
Apparently, we're not smart enough as women to investigate cryptids.
Oh, I thought you were going to say to investigate men that are dogs that
No,
pee on all fours. Like, what?
no, they
Oh, they stand upright when they pee? Please tell me. Do they?
dog men or men.
Dog? Oh, either way. No.
But yeah, there's a group of guys that try to get you blackballed.
What the hell? That's so dumb.
And the one guy that they got into it with, he has a podcast, and I'm not going to name his name because I don't want shit started with him again. But
I have no idea who you're talking about, so that's good.
so people in that community, if they hear this, they'll know who I'm talking about. But
Is it a cryptid community? Can I get a clue? No? Okay, move on.
I'm trying to think. What? I don't know if you know him or not. But
is it cryptid or paranormal?
Well, on his show, he discusses anything and everything. So.
Oh, okay. No, I have no idea who you're talking about.
But these guys started in on him, and the one guy that is pals with the leader, he would change his screen name to stalk him and go on his live podcast and make snide comments. That's how bad these people were. That's like, really?
And
like,
what's the reason for that?
I don't know. There's just so much hatefulness. I guess because he's more successful than them.
It can all be jealousy. It can't, because some of these people that act like this have nothing to be jealous of. Some of it just has to be like pure inner like hatred. Like you hate yourself, so you have to hate other people.
Girl, I don't know. But they did women that way. They do not like women in the community.
I don't get the whole not liking women in the community. You know what? I actually have never really been the type of person that screams like women persecution. It's just not been my thing.
I mean, but other men have said this about these guys, though. There's like a group of 4 of them.
No, I don't mean it in a way like that. I mean, I never really was aware of it. Call it ignorance, call it like maybe I've never been a victim of it or realized I was. I mean, I'm sure I was. I just never realized it. I don't know.
It's not as bad in like the ghost hunting setting or the ghost research. It's more in the cryptids because women shouldn't be in the woods. Women should be out there.
Well, Jen, that's why I was part of special operations in the Army. Like I could like snap the average man's neck, like with 2 movements of my wrist. Maybe that's why. I don't know. These things are so dumb to me. I don't understand why people are like this.
Because they're assholes.
I can't believe that you deal with that in the cryptid community. And it's kind of funny. You know, I am joking, but I'm like half not. But I was talking to somebody today who's like obsessed with the cryptid community, and she's going to reach out to you. Okay. And she probably is going to be shocked too by some of this stuff, because I don't know that we really deal with that on the paranormal side of the fence. I think that on our side of the fence, it's not really, a woman thing. I think on our side of the fence, it's just if you have a shot at being anything that somebody else might not be or could not be or had a shot at being and isn't, whatever, on an imaginary fame mountain or money mountain, because it's imaginary, it's not really there. They just eat you alive. It doesn't matter. You could be any color, you could be any gender. They're just mean about it. Or they're super nice. There's only two types of people: super welcoming, humble, nice, accepting, or just trample you alive, mean as hell, dog eat dog world.
I don't know. Oh, Ashley says tell them about themselves. Ashley is a cryptid researcher herself. Her favorite, I'm trying to figure out how in the hell to use this thing.
Ashley, have you seen this werewolf that Jen is lying about? That's not a werewolf, but is. Have you seen it?
She actually how do I get this damn thing off?
Because she's lying, Ashley. I know it's a werewolf.
She is a Mothman lover herself.
I'll take a moth any day over a werewolf. Okay. Any day, ladies.
You said you would take a moth.
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out this thing. She said, "What werewolf? Stop lying, Jen." Well, you know how it goes.
You're lying to me. I know you're lying about the damn werewolf. I know the dog man is the damn werewolf, Jen.
What can I say? You didn't see anything stand up when you were driving to the hospital.
No, stop it right now. Stop it. It was right around the corner from my house. It's not even funny.
No,
Evil.
Ashley loves her some Mothman. She actually has a talk show herself. On Wednesdays, we talk weird.
Where does she have a channel? I want to subscribe to her channel too.
Wednesdays, we talk weird.
But Wednesdays we do our thing, Jen. What are you doing? Were you there first? Are we having turf wars? Are we having YouTube turf wars?
See, there you go. Conflict already. See?
See, we have to fight now on the imaginary mountain of podcast fame.
There you go. Oh, she doesn't do a live show. She records it.
Oh, there you go. See, we're friends again. Just like that.
Oh.
I mean, for the love of God, do you see how dumb that is? Do you see, does it, like, let's be adults.
But yeah, she's a Mothman researcher.
That's cool. Up until Richard Gere, I wasn't interested in the Mothman.
These young kids probably don't know who Richard Gere is.
I didn't either because I was a young kid. But then when I was old enough to watch it again, I was like, wow, that guy was hot before he was old and he died. And then I realized
he's still alive. Isn't he still alive?
No, he died.
Richard Gere?
Didn't he? He didn't die? Seriously? Really?
Oh, God, you started a rumor now.
Oh, my God. I really thought he did.
She said she wasn't interested in it until September 2019. And why was that, Ashley? We have to know this mystery.
Oh, now I got to Google Richard Gere. I've been living all these years thinking something that's not true.
You thought Richard Gere was dead.
No, I have to divorce Alan now because that's the whole reason I married him.
Perfectly.
I thought I had no shot with Richard Gere.
Thanks, Jen.
Not a problem. Anytime. Oh my God, I caused a divorce now.
He's happy. He's happy. You caused an annulment. It's not real because I was really in love with Richard. I just found out he didn't die. No, I'm just kidding.
It looks like Ashley.
I see. I'm reading. Yeah.
He has a documentary coming out about it. Well, that's definitely going to watch that one.
How long has she been researching it? I'm curious.
She said September 2019.
So that's 3 years.
Yep. Yeah,
wow.
She loves the Mothman.
Almost 4 years of research. What got her into that? I'm curious.
Well, I asked her and she said, "Oh, geez, that's a lot to type. There's a documentary."
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I'd like to have her come on one time, sometime soon.
Definitely.
Maybe she should come on live right now.
Bring her on. I want to hear if she wants to come on and tell us the long story. That'd be awesome.
I know. I'm waiting on her to answer me.
I want to know, does she do paranormal too, or is it just cryptids, just the Mothman?
She'll she'll ghost hunt, but she's more into the cryptid side.
Gotcha.
Yep. Yeah. So I'm wondering who else is watching. We have like 4 people. We are just absolutely famous tonight.
Well, let me tell you, it doesn't matter. It was a last minute podcast, and people will watch it later, and they will be. They may not comment, but they'll know what we're talking about. People know exactly what we're talking about.
Ashley's going to jump on. She says she's not camera ready. I said, neither am I. I'll send you the link.
Neither am I. I didn't know I was coming on tonight. Let's talk about that for a second, Jen.
I was like, you want to come? Yeah.
I didn't know you didn't ask me. You said you coming on tonight. I looked at Alan. I said, oh my God, I have to go get dressed. I didn't know.
Girl, I'm not even worried.
I didn't even know I was on a podcast. But you know what? I'm that kind of friend. Jen, you call me up at 2 a.m. and you say, where's my bail money? At least you know I'm going to get dressed and come get you.
All the way in Indiana.
Yeah, there's a good chance I would.
Aw.
There's a good chance. Alan would be like, where the hell are you going?
To get Jen?
Indiana. I don't know when I'll get there, but I'll call you when I do.
He'll be like, hold on, I'll go too.
No, he can't come, Jen. He can't come on long road trips.
She'll drive east and, she has to go west.
He's not allowed, Jen.
On road trips? How are you guys going to get to Missouri then?
He hangs his head out the window and he drools too much. No, I'm just kidding.
I thought you were going to say he gets car sick.
No, that's me.
I do the driving, Jen.
He does. He chauffeurs.
Oh, okay. I sent Ashley the link, so hopefully she'll jump on.
But seriously, the reason why we were doing this tonight has to do with the Women's Para Charity, right? So let's talk about that.
The women's retreat? Yeah, we can do that.
No, the reason we were doing the rant and all that is because...
Oh, no. There's just a lot of stuff going on. Well, yeah, that is kind of what started this whole thing. I had to think about it a minute. Xander distracted me playing in the water. But Xander, nobody needs to know that.
There's nothing negative with the ladies or with the retreat. It was just with the other, possible, just stuff, just drama,
Just, you talk about para-unity, and I've said it before and I'll say it again. Para-unity is bullshit unless it's in your own little clique. It doesn't.
I would agree.
Throughout the community, if you're not in that little clique.
I would agree.
Yep. But yeah, these ladies are all like, oh, that's a great idea. But they don't want to promote it. They're not applying for speaking positions. I've had women say, I don't think I'm qualified. You don't know if you're qualified or not until you apply. And that's the thing, is you do not know until you apply.
I'll tell you, and I'll say it right now, knowing people will watch this broadcast. I still go back and forth on what I'll talk about. When I met you, I think it's more than 2 months ago, honestly. I think it might be even 3 or 4 months at this point. Yeah. We talked about what I would talk about, and I told you then I don't even know. And I gave you an idea. Yep. And I changed my mind several times, and I think I know what I'm going to talk about at this point. But at the end of the day, I'm terrified. And I've talked in front of a battalion of soldiers, like multiple times over almost 20 years of service. And I am still afraid to talk in front of a group of women. So I understand people thinking, I may not have something to give to the cause. I'm afraid to talk in front of people. But you don't even, you're second guessing, first of all, your value. And second,
You're really robotic right now.
Oh, geez. Go ahead.
It's that dog man.
Oh, geez. Stop it. All right. Go ahead. I see you got our guest backstage, Miss Ashley Hilt.
Ashley? Hello?
Yeah,
Ashley?
I'm having can you hear me?
Oh, this whole thing is like, do I sound weird?
No.
You sound
No?
fine.
What is going on?
It's your dog man.
Probably. I don't know. We all kind of sound weird. Like both of you sound weird. Try it again.
Hi, hello. Do I sound weird still?
Nope, you're good. Larissa,
How about me?
you're both good now. That was
Okay.
weird.
Hi, Miss
You-
Ashley.
Hi, hello to both of you.
Nice to
Hi,
meet
how are you?
you.
Hello.
Yeah, you too. I'm sure we'll probably physically meet each other one of these days in one of these circles somewhere.
Eventually.
Just bound to happen
Yes.
in this community. And I'm not sad about it. So there's that.
Uh-oh, we have somebody from Monster Radio on here.
Ooh, hello.
Hello, Ryan.
It's my worst
He said
half.
it sounds fine on this end. I'm here to support y'all. Thank you, sir.
Hi.
Thank you.
you.
So,
Ashley, go ahead, Jen. Sorry, I'm not trying to hijack the show. I'm just intrigued by Miss Ashley here.
I was gonna tell her, tell everybody about yourself. I know you. Larissa's just meeting you. So,
Yeah.
Sure. I think that me and Larissa might be mutuals on some social media, but I don't think we've ever talked. And actually, this is the first time I've ever talked to Jen. So, for anybody that doesn't know who I am, I'm Ashley Hilt. I'm a full-time Fortean investigator. For anybody that doesn't know what Fortean means, you don't have to freak out. I'll tell you. It's actually a term derived from Charles Fort, who kind of really started all this weirdness. Charles Fort used to collect stories of anomalous phenomena, whatever that be, either that be, lights in the sky, objects that move on their own, weird creatures. So people came up with the term Fortean to kind of cover the blanket of all of those things together. So what does that mean? That means that I investigate and research all of those things, and some of it together, because I think some of it is gravely connected with each other. So
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I
No,
tend to think
really, it
is.
is.
I like it.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. I enjoy what I do, so it is. Yeah, it is pretty cool.
So
that's
you do
all
that.
it counts.
You do that full time.
I do. Yeah. Hmm.
So what do you investigate? Like, what does it entail?
Oh gosh. So this is where it gets kind of weird, because I don't really get to. I don't really get to choose what I investigate. I kind of investigate intuitively, and I guess what I mean by that is people bring me their cases. People bring me their things to look into, or I just end up seeing the same topic over and over and over again, and that just sounds a little woo, but to me, that's some type of indicator that I should be looking into whatever that is that keeps catching my attention. So it just depends. Things are different all the time because of it. So
Wow. Jen, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm just letting her talk.
So what happened with the Mothman?
So I was invited to go to the Mothman Festival in 2019. The way that this had kind of started was one of my friends had invited. One of my friends does YouTube, has done YouTube for a very long time. She was actually doing like gamer stuff initially, and she ended up meeting this guy, and he had a big gaming YouTube channel, but it was like it was more like gaming urban legends and things like that. But he wanted to get into like more real life stuff, and he had a pretty big channel. He had like 250,000 subs, and he wanted to go to the Mothman Festival and then, make just a short YouTube documentary about the town of Point Pleasant, about Mothman. I was never into Mothman. I didn't care for it. To me, I was sold that this was a sandhill crane. people just didn't know what they were talking about. And I thought it was a little too woo for me. Well, we go to the Mothman Festival, and I didn't know what it was called at the time, but I ended up experiencing a string of synchronicities while there. And I mean, it was really life changing. And it wasn't just while there. I mean, it was the whole week afterwards, the whole couple of months afterwards. It was just happening in just complete succession, one thing right after the other. And, things kind of became too much to ignore at that time. So I don't know, this guy, we ended up hitting it off romantically. He asked me to work on a feature-length documentary with him about the Mothman, and I said, sure. As I kind of dug deeper into the phenomena and other things that started kind of happening around me, we ended up splitting up, and he didn't want to do the documentary anymore. And that was fine with me, because at that point I'd had my own vision, because I've had my own experiences then that I wanted to do. So here I am doing it. That's a short story.
So I have a question.
Sure.
They told you it was a crane?
That's what one of the theories is that the sightings of the Mothman is a sandhill crane.
I never heard that one before.
Yeah, that's
Me neither.
most popular theory out there.
Now, my mom's family is from West Virginia, and we used to go visit her sister in Princeton when I was younger, which is where Lake Shawnee is. But, we'd always get on the highway right there. We could go straight to go to Point Pleasant, or we could turn right and go to the highway. And I'm like, Point Pleasant. And it was always really super creepy in that area. And for some reason, Point Pleasant always stuck out to me. And then I didn't even know what the Mothman was. I was younger. So I always thought that was interesting. I was like, I know exactly where that's at.
Yeah, to kind of be affected by it. And Point Pleasant is a very weird place with very rich history. There's more to it than just the Mothman stuff. For people that are interested in going, that never had before. I mean, go and don't just look at the Mothman. Look at everything. Go look at the whole history. There is just amazing. It's rich with it. But I don't personally now that I've been there so many times, hundreds and hundreds of times at this point, and have talked to probably every single person that lives there now, I don't think there's anything particularly strange about Point Pleasant itself. As a matter of fact, most of the Mothman sightings didn't even take place in Point Pleasant. They just took place in general along the Ohio River there. I think kind of magical places are what you make it. I mean, if you yourself identify yourself as any type of magical at all, you can make anywhere feel pretty magical. But that's just me. I mean, as someone that goes to all these small towns and does these things,
I know you just were at the Frogman Festival. Yeah. Is that what it was called?
Frogman Festival, yeah.
Ryan said, don't let Ashley fool you. It wasn't Mothman that caused the bridge collapse. Ashley knows more than she's telling you. Winky face.
It was definitely Ryan that collapsed the Silver Bridge.
He jumped on it.
That's the big smoking gun in the documentary. It's actually Ryan Tremblay caused the bridge collapse.
Now, who's Ryan?
What do you mean, like, who is Ryan to me, or
no I'm sorry, Jen, you said somebody was commenting. I can't see the comments. My internet over here is terrible.
There.
Did you say there was comments or something? I can't see anything. I'm so blind.
Did it just come up on your screen?
I can't see nothing on my screen. I don't even see my video.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't see comments. I don't see my video feed. I think my video is not even on.
No, all it is like...
Well, thank God, because I've been fumbling with my buttons. So that's good. Yeah, sorry, guys. Like, I literally don't know what's happening. I hear you. I hear everything you're saying, but somebody just said somebody made a comment, and I was trying to keep up, and I don't know what was said.
It's okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. Ryan was just being silly.
Ryan, see that name? I said, who's Ryan? Sorry, guys.
He's Monster Radio on the comments.
Hi, Ryan. See how far behind I am, guys? Okay, ignore me. Go on. I'll figure out what's going on over here.
So there was a comment there that said, so who is Ryan to me?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh geez.
Well, I mean, I didn't
she's
know.
very quiet.
I didn't know. I didn't know if there was some type of if she was just asking in reference,
No,
you know,
I'm sorry.
to who
I'm just
who
giving her a
Ryan
hard
is.
time.
I'm sorry, Ashley. I'm just my internet's terrible.
I keep telling her it's the dog man.
It could, yeah, it's clearly the dog man. He has a
Oh my
tendency to
God.
do that.
He's
No,
putting
I live in Pennsylvania. That's what's wrong.
That is a problem. You have a problem.
Oh my God. All right. I'm going to go back to my problems. Sorry, guys. Sorry, ladies.
You're fine. So you went to the Frogman Festival. We'll
I
go
did.
back to that. Oh, Ashley, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I'm here.
So how was the Frogman Festival?
It was fun. It was lots of fun. You know, it was the inaugural Frogman Festival. The Loveland Frog is a kind of a local cryptid.
Mm-hmm.
In the 70s, police officer Ray Shockey saw a bipedal 3 to 4 foot lizard type creature cross his police car in the middle of the night along the little Miami River. And 2 weeks later, another officer may or may not have shot and killed whatever the thing was. He says that it was actually someone's pet iguana with its tail missing. And there's some speculation up in the air on whether or not this was a real thing. And, you know, these little creatures are definitely making a name for themselves. It seems like, you know, every animal, every cryptid nowadays is getting some type of festival. And I don't think that's a bad thing at all, because you're getting the community involved. You're making it fun for the community. And, you know, some people do take issue with that. But the fact of the matter is that you're getting people that had no idea this thing could potentially be living in their backyard interested in a topic like this, which, you know, people that aren't going to take it seriously anyway, they're just not going to take it seriously. But the people that are going to go back home, you know, after the festival, they're going to do their research. They're going to find other weird creatures kind of like it. And, you know, it's very educational. So, it was a lot of fun to have people come out. I mean, we had people, you know, coming up to the tables and asking, like, do people really believe in this stuff? And it's like, yeah. Do you not see the amount of people that are here? You know? And it was good. I was one of the speakers. I was also the master of ceremony, so I got to introduce everybody.
Cool.
And yeah, and it was you know, just generally a good time.
I have to cough. Hold on.
Okay.
Sorry. Did not want to cough. Really loud.
That's
So-
all right.
So, Ashley, the reason why I was so fascinated by what you were talking about is because I know Jen from the paranormal field. I don't really know much about cryptids. And a few years ago, actually the night we founded our paranormal team, something weird happened on my porch and I thought it was paranormal. And long story short, we caught a picture, and the night we caught the picture, we posted it on our page, and we didn't have very many followers and all this, you know, way back when we were like itty bitty baby teen, didn't know anybody or anything. And somebody said the word cryptid on the picture. They said, it looks like a cryptid. And I said, what is that? And then they screenshot the Google word, and I never gave it much thought. Fast forward years later, I met Jen, and she was part of both the paranormal and the cryptid world.
Mm-hmm.
And just today I sent her the picture from 3 years ago when I started the team. the paranormal team. And it's just kind of funny because tonight, here's another person from this cryptid world, which is so new to me. And it's the Mothman. And I remembered, when you put things together from like your whole life, I remember my first job at Blockbuster Video, if you can go back that far back.
Sure.
Okay, the Mothman prophecies came out, and I remember connecting the dots 3 years ago, cryptid, Googling it, seeing the Google screenshot, going on, Googling it myself, and seeing Mothman on the list. And then you posted tonight. So you see what I'm saying? Like it all came full circle.
Yeah, synchronicity. That's my
Right.
life. It just goes with me everywhere.
Hold
So
on.
cool.
You guys talk. I got to cough again.
Oh, dear Lord. But this picture I sent to Jen today, I said to her, I go, I would love to know what the hell was on my porch that night, because I thought it was a hellhound. You know what? I only know what a hellhound is from Hercules, circa 1998, the cartoon. That's the only reason I know what it is. This thing just looked like a baby hellhound to me, and somebody threw the word cryptid out there. And I sent it to Jen, and she's like, it looks like a baby crawfish or like the baby from the movie Alien, which I never saw. And like, we're trying to figure out what this thing is.
I'm telling you, it does look like a crawdad, but the fingers are long, and Ryan's gonna love this one. I know he is. I can
wanna
hear it
see
now.
it.
That
She's like, I want to see it.
I was trying to figure out how to bring the picture up. That
Oh.
I don't know how. You have to put it into Google Slides, and then you
Yeah.
have to you have to upload it to the share in stream. It's
I
yeah.
don't know if I can do it from my phone.
Send it to Ashley. I don't know.
Okay, I'll send it here in a sec. But really, like, it looks like it has fingers on the end. And remember the alien baby when it like came out of the egg and would stick to the person's face?
Yeah, the face huggers.
Yeah, like the fingers look like that on it.
And so just to give you a little backstory, like my mom was just like sitting out there smoking a cigarette, and the cameras like they're my front porch cameras. So she's sitting at the patio table, and she said that my kid's bike helmet was upside down and it started to just spin by itself. So you would think that like the wind could maybe make it spin. But she said it was going so fast and the wind wasn't moving, and she got scared. So she jumped up, she threw her chair, and she ran inside. Now, this is August 14th. So to set the stage, August 14th, it's a pool day. We're all drinking. My mom is alone out front. We're all out back. So I'm thinking she's been drinking and she thinks this helmet is spinning. You know what I mean? Like I just didn't give it that much thought. But she kept insisting that it wasn't normal. So I looked back on the cameras, and I didn't see anything on the cameras except her freaking out. And I just thought it was so weird. So then I went back and tried to look at the video, and after I watched it a few times of her freaking out and tried to freeze the frame, the video started to glitch. So then I started to like slow it down more and more and more. And the only thing I was able to do was freeze the frame and like screenshot it. And I screenshotted it and saw that picture. And then after I went back and tried to do it again, the actual video deleted out like 35 seconds of it, like deleted.
So were you able to see it, whatever the hell this was, move? It does look like a crawdad. That's
It does.
No, it was no, she could not see it with her naked eye, and we did not see it on the Google like camera itself. When we rewatched the video, it was only when I screenshot the frame because it was glitching and we couldn't see what was going on. I started screenshotting. That's when we caught it. But when I tried to like save all the pictures, the only one that saved was that, and everything else deleted.
That's really weird.
Yeah. Monster Radio, Ryan is one of the guys I told you I would send it to today.
Yeah.
And I sent it to you, Ashley. Well, you know I did. You just commented on it. See, I don't know.
I can't see
My
the damn
movie's
comments.
everywhere.
It's so annoying. I can't see the comments. Oh, here we go. Okay, wait. I can see them. I worked at Blockbuster too. Okay, I got to catch up here. The face hugger. I sent it to you earlier. Okay, let me double check. Baby Eberaya. Someone called Jahira? What's that?
It's a Godzilla reference. Ryan's a nerd.
Okay, sorry, guys.
I didn't know that one either.
Oh my God, guys. I
I'm
don't know
probably
these.
gonna get yelled at.
Okay, definitely does look like a crawdad. Interesting. Very. It's okay. So guys, I don't know what a cryptid is. I tried to Google this. This was what I think it looks like. I think it looks like, at first I thought it was like a embryo of a hellhound, because I wouldn't know any different. Then I thought it was a catfish like thing. Then I like didn't have ideas after that. It was like, then Jen said a crawfish, and I was like, yeah, that's kind of similar. The alien baby, I never saw the movie Alien, so I didn't know what that was until she showed me, and I think that's similar. We were investigating cemeteries at the time. It was COVID, so we weren't able to get into places or anything, and we were a brand new team. So the only thing we had to investigate at that time was an EVP recorder, a camera, and pretty much a K2 meter. So we were only going into cemeteries. So if we picked it up anywhere, it would have been in a cemetery at that time.
That's a crawdad.
Okay, what's a crawdad?
It's not. Crawdads are way smaller than that. It's not really a crawl. So they're just
Like little lobsters. Oh,
yeah.
I don't know where she went.
The crawdad dad took her.
She saw a dog man too down from her house. I keep telling her the dog men are messing with her Wi-Fi.
It's definitely the crawdads with their little pinchers pinching off the
Oh, here
wires.
she is.
Join back in. It's
Come on, you can
the
do
crawdad's probably wearing her like a suit now.
it. It hate her. Don't listen to when you like went off. We were talking about something eating you. Are you there?
I'm here.
Ryan.
Something commonly seen reminds me of larvae.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does in a way. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely looks. I mean, it's some type of insect, but I wouldn't call that a cryptid. And I'll say this just because I posted about I asked people's favorite cryptid earlier. Cryptids are not what people think they are. Mothman's not a cryptid. Mothman is
He's a butterfly.
He's a beautiful butterfly. Cryptids are just strictly undiscovered species of animals that science doesn't recognize, that we have enough anecdotal evidence that they exist. Whereas like Mothman or Wendigo or skinwalkers or, those are just a totally different, actually, even those things are separate from each other, different categories. This insect thing, I would probably stick that more into some type of ufology. You got a lot of people with alien encounters that encounter these weird insect type beings that seem to be intelligent. And I would probably throw that under this umbrella somewhere. And I think a lot of paranormal activity actually falls under ufology, to be perfectly honest with you.
So do you think that my mom not seeing it would make that also true? Would it make it more paranormal or more like alien?
I mean, at the end of the day, unless we like catch it and interrogate it, there's no way to know for sure.
Oh, let's do that.
You know what I mean?
Are you offering to come here and do that?
If I can, yeah, sure.
I'll pick you up.
I need new pets.
Oh, jeez.
I need more friends to cuddle with, even if they are giant crawdads.
Well, I just bought a hot tub, but listen, I really can't have this thing hanging out on my porch, guys.
Well, you haven't seen it in a couple years that you know of, right?
Not that I know of, Jen, but for the love of God, like, can we not will it so?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
You just saw it last night. You've seen it enough.
Oh my God. Guys, Ashley, I know you don't know me, but when I talked to Jen this morning, do you know how terrifying the thought was of like the realization that I sent her this picture and we're like talking and it's like you said, like synchronisms, like here I am sending this picture of this. I don't know. You said, it's not a cryptid, but at the time I'm thinking it's a cryptid, and I'm sending it to this new friend, Jen, that I just made. And all of a sudden it popped into my head. I bought myself a hot tub yesterday morning and I put it on my front deck just where I saw this thing 3 years ago that I forgot about and just sent to my new friend in the paranormal who studies these things. And now I just gave it a drinking source that I'm going to swim in, and it's invisible.
Yeah.
And I told her too that if she's out there relaxing and she feels fingers on her neck giving her a massage, she'll know what it is.
Yeah.
Oh my God, guys.
Give you a little pinch, that guy will.
Oh my God, no. What is happening?
I don't know what the hell that is. But I agree with you. I wouldn't want it crawling around my hot tub either. Crawdad. Boil it right up, right in the hot tub.
Why do you keep saying crawdad like you know what they are?
Because I know a crawdad. You don't know what a crawdad. You don't know what a crawdad is, really?
No.
It's a baby lobster. That's what it looks like.
Oh, is that why you keep saying that?
It's like a type of fish. Yeah, it's a shellfish.
Oh, Jen. Okay, Jen, she doesn't know. I come from Brooklyn. We don't know what crawdads are.
Wow.
Ashley, I think you're only like 4 hours from me.
But I think crawdads are like more of a southern thing.
Yes, I'm so sorry. Yes, that's why I don't know what it is.
I'm in the Midwest. People eat them here.
I used to play with crawdads in the creek in Kentucky. So yeah.
Oh, I didn't know we had crawdads in the Midwest. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Are they like crawfish?
Yeah.
That's what
Okay.
it is. Crawdad.
Yeah.
It is crawfish?
I'm sorry. You know what? I should know that.
Well, we were calling them crawdads, so
I thought that's what they were called.
No, I can't. They might be, but we call them up this way crawfish.
You know what? This way, it's Pennsylvania. I live 2 hours north, and I didn't know what a crawdad was. I feel like I grew up in a bubble.
well, you grew up in like New York City, pretty
I know.
much.
So what? Are we so dumb we don't know what a daddy lobster is?
She just figured out which way's north and east.
Oh my God.
Well, I can't see you going down to Times Square and picking up a crawdad.
I'm so grateful my video feed is down. I'm so grateful.
You're okay.
Well, anyway, that's what's living on your deck, and
Oh my God.
It's the mother of all
100%.
crawdads.
There are crawfish in creeks around here.
Well, if they look like that, I'm not going near them.
I mean, that thing's massive. Like it is. Like,
And it's invisible. It's cloaking itself.
The invisible crawdad.
And I just gave it a hot water source.
well, I don't think they like hot water. I think
Oh
I
my
should
God, you're right.
stay away
It's
from it.
acting weird again.
Oh no.
Can you? We sound like robots again.
You sound normal.
Larissa?
Hey,
Okay, I don't know why it's doing that. It's going in and out.
It's the ghost crawdad.
oh my God.
Oh.
This is an off the rails podcast.
Okay, it's doing it again.
Oh no.
Ashley, you're so funny. You're like, oh no.
Okay, it fixed itself. What did you say?
I don't want to go
She's-
outside my house tonight because I have knowledge of this thing. There's a fucking gigantic crawdad. I'm sorry. I shouldn't cuss.
Wait, playing with a bike helmet.
Right. I'm not interested in that.
It's probably like, I wonder if I can put that on my head.
Oh my God.
A crawdad and a bike helmet.
Bike helmet's missing.
Maybe he's more of a not a crawdad, but a hermit crab, and he's looking for a new shell.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
She's gonna move back to New York tomorrow.
There's none of that shit. No, you know what? There's other shit in New York.
Yeah.
There's mutant humans in New York.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible.
It is pretty terrible.
She laughs.
Yes. Yes. My brothers live there. No.
Oh.
Oh. Anyway, back to the paranormal. Well, whenever we figure out what's on my porch, I would love to discuss that on a podcast.
That's a good that's a good question. That's strange. And traumatizing, and I'm very sorry.
It is. You know what, though? I have a serious question. I have a very serious question. Like, is it possible that could be just the way, because we had a green bulb in, could that just be the light?
I mean, I'd have to see, like, if you have another frame that's not of the thing in it, with crawdad in it, if there's just another frame, I mean, I suppose it is possible.
I don't. I actually, Alan, do we have any other frames? We don't, right?
No.
Freaking thing. The yeah, we don't. We just don't have it.
Do you have the camera still with the green light that you could take a photo of just a?
Oh yeah, we can do that. The table and all that's not there. Yeah, he's right. We won't have that.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You'd have to totally do it, because if you just took that picture with no context whatsoever, you threw it out there on the internet land, you'd get a ton of people that, the first thing they would say is, well, that's just something sitting on the table, right?
Absolutely.
And it's getting glare from, it probably is something distorted because it's getting glare from that light there.
Right.
But with all the context of the whole thing, I believe that whatever that image is, it wasn't there. Because I've heard you tell the details of it. I mean, could it just be glare from that?
See, I want to believe it is, because I want to go out front in my hot tub.
It still looks very.
Like, Larissa, what's that?
No, but I have to. We do a podcast. I'm asking you in a serious way, because we actually haven't presented this yet as a show, as one of our episodes, but we do something called Open Paranormal Skeptics.
Sure.
And Open-Minded Paranormal Skeptics. And it's one of our podcasts we do weekly, and we do throw evidence up there, and we do try to, as much as possible, debunk it. And remember, it's our evidence, so that's the hardest way to do it. But we bring people like you on who don't know us, and we sit there and we laugh like we are now, and we talk about it. We give you the context, and we try to tear it apart from both angles. So I was throwing it out there like I would on the show. Like, is it possible that it's, the light? And obviously, best case scenario would be that I would have both frames before and after. I don't in this scenario. And on the show, I might have both frames. But in this one, I don't. And that's because it was, not available. It literally, and that's what's so weird, is everything deleted. Everything. And I don't know why I was able to salvage it wasn't even a full second, and barely a second frame.
Yeah.
Off the video feed.
Right.
And you said that helmet was spinning and your mom got up and knocked the chair over or threw the chair over or something.
Yeah. And if you look at if you open up the frame, you'll see on the other side of the deck, there's like a chair that's displaced. Here, let me see if I can bring it up. Let me go forward here.
I mean, it is so bright, I mean, another thing that would immediately pop into my head is that it's a bug on the screen somehow. Not on the screen, but like on the lens, because it looks so insect-like.
Ladies, if you look behind the chair, there's another chair. It's upside down. You see the four,
Oh yeah.
okay. Mine, and then in front of the chair where the thing is, you see there's like a helmet and it's not upside down, it's upright, which would make it harder to spin.
And it was spinning that helmet.
Yes. Now, my mom was in the chair across from it. You see that chair across from it?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It looks like a rocking chair, but it's just a regular chair. And it's just angled towards that.
I'm looking at it again. Are you both there?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. Larissa? I wonder if her Wi-Fi went out. Yeah, she said her mom saw that helmet spin. So
But didn't
Ladies,
actually...
you don't hear me?
Oh, there you go.
there you are.
You didn't hear me at all?
No.
The last thing I heard was that's not a rocking chair.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, the thing that's across from that thing is a chair and it's upright and it's facing that thing. My mom was sitting in that chair facing that thing. She was smoking and she didn't see that thing, but she saw out of the corner of her eye, she saw that helmet start spinning. So she's facing that thing and she's not seeing it, but out of the corner of her right eye, she sees this helmet start taking off, spinning in place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that is really strange. That's a really strange encounter. That's one of the weirdest that I've heard.
But that chair, the reason why the chair across from her is upside down is because that chair was actually, we had people over. Remember, I was setting the stage and I was saying the pool was open. We were all drinking. That chair was right next to her. She threw that chair out from in front of her and it flipped over when she ran to get away, to get through the front door. That's why the chair is upside down.
That's what tripped the camera.
So
Then that's what tripped the camera. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, yeah. In relation, when was this? This was just seconds after she had thrown
Correct.
the chair.
Correct.
Okay, I gotcha.
So the camera must have started recording because we got a good few seconds of recording. See, that's what's weird is that it was recording and we could see a good amount of the recording and we got a little bit of the spinning. See, Alan, we did get a little bit of the spinning, but when we went to do the playback, it started to glitch and then it disappeared. That was the problem. We couldn't save the video. It disappeared. We were just able to save we were able to screenshot and save frames where it was being glitchy. This is the only thing that was clear that was like salvageable in the whole, all of it.
Then
What is it like behind the helmet towards where it, I don't know, I'm going to guess its head's up there.
Yeah.
It looks white. Like there's a glow there. Is there something white on the other side of your deck rail?
On the other side of my deck rail. You talking about the light?
Like
there's a dollhouse. My daughter's Barbie dollhouse was on the deck because she has to have that while she goes swimming. Why? Don't ask.
does she take the dollhouse in the pool with her?
Oh my God. Because please. For the love of God.
Fair enough.
Because she was 3. Because she was 3 and we couldn't do nuclear meltdowns.
I gotcha.
It was August. We were drinking. She could take the house outside the house if she needed to.
But yeah, it looks like I don't know if it's glare from the light or what, but behind there it's like a white mist looking.
Like behind the thing and kind of behind the helmet. I see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
To me, that looks like blur. So whatever the thing is, and just with everything, being shared here, sounds like to me it was trying to run away because it was having a chair thrown at it, which is a natural reaction. And to me, that like white blur is kind of like the motion blur from it because it's just one frame from it trying to run away. Here, I did I updated the pic. I just kind of did some editing on the picture a little bit. It's not great, but you can definitely see things a little bit better. Still looks like a crawdad, but but everything's a little cleaner. I just sent it to Jen.
I'll send it to her.
Yeah, that'll be fine. And so you can see, yeah, to me, that definitely just looks like some type of motion blur coming off of whatever it is. Whatever it is.
Okay, it's sent.
It's gross though. I don't know what it is, but it grosses me out.
It's gross.
It really.
Wait, what are you sending now? Wait, what are we looking at now?
So this is just. I just did a couple of enhancements on the original photo just to make it a little more, just to be able to see it a little bit better.
Okay.
To be just the thing itself.
Oh yeah, no, it does look a little clearer. Yeah, it's still creepy as hell.
Yeah, I still have no idea what it is, but you can see it a little better now, at least.
I just don't know what the hell that is. The more I look at it, the more scared I am of my deck.
I'm like, what are these long things coming off of it? What is that? I don't.
Yeah, but I don't know either. It's like an evil shrimp.
It is. It's a giant shrimp.
You know what? What if? So let me ask you this: what about something from my daughter was saying a guardian in the cemetery?
Oh, her daughter said it was a guardian in the cemetery.
I think we lost her again.
Larissa,
you hear me?
now we
she
can.
is.
All right. No, my daughter didn't say it was. She was saying, what if it was? She said a guardian of the dead. That's what she said. Because we were investigating cemeteries at the time.
I don't know. I mean, I suppose it could be. I don't know why I would choose to take the form of a shrimp. I mean, I think that it's silly. It sounds silly, but like, I'm in all seriousness, like I think maybe there is some type of significance there. I just don't know what. I just don't know why.
I don't know either.
Your pool's out there.
Yeah.
It wasn't at the time. No, it wasn't. It was years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't. No, I don't know. That was the night we formed our group. I do remember that was a milestone night. We did say that night, okay, we're gonna be this group name. So I don't know. I don't know if that means anything or not. Just weird, because I never knew what a cryptid was. I never Ashley, I'm a medium, so when my daughter said maybe it's a guardian of the dead, and she's a medium as well, I kind of looked at her sideways, like, we've been in enough places and cemeteries, to know it doesn't look like anything I've ever seen. But whatever. It's just strange all around.
I can't say what it is.
There's a lot of so like I said, I investigate intuitively into some of this stuff. One time we were out at the TNT area in Point Pleasant, just doing some recording for the documentary, and me and my research partner saw the only thing we can describe it as is a ghost deer. Okay, a ghost deer. It was walking on water. It made absolutely no sound. It just appeared and disappeared as quickly. I mean, there's no way it could have gotten out in the middle of this water without us knowing about it. And well, there's just no way it could walk on water anyway. It's not Jesus deer, it's ghost deer. And so at that point in time, I started getting into spiritual symbols behind animals. And, what does that mean? Is it the fact that it was a deer? I mean, did that have some type of importance? So, I'm just over here Googling, and it's just a quick Google. It's not a deep dive or anything, but like the spiritual significance of crawfish. And, because if I had to guess anything, that's exactly what that looks like. And, crawfish apparently, are known to the Algonquins, which are very rich in that area, to be symbols of family and strength and abundance and things like that. Now, that could make sense because, like you just said, you just formed your group that day. So this might not have been a bad thing. It might not have been a bad omen or anything like that. Just something to kind of solidify that that union, I suppose.
Oh, that would be super cool.
So, I mean,
Maybe that would explain why we never saw it again.
it could be. I mean, it very well could be. But, again, that's just 5 minutes on Google. Like, who
Right.
knows? I could deep dive it a little bit more. White people are always saying the wrong thing about Native beliefs and throwing it on the internet somewhere. So, it might not mean that at all. It might mean very bad luck. And, I don't know.
Oh my God. No.
This was a while ago. So I would say that any of the significance that it might have had is probably, it's already kind of been through that cycle, and now here you are. But yeah, I mean, that's just something to look into with some of this, some of these things that you see, taking the signs for what they are around you and she left.
She's gone again.
she didn't like what I said. She was offended.
It's that dog man, I'm telling you.
So, weird though. That's a weird picture.
It is.
That's very strange. That's probably one of the weirdest things I've seen.
And I just think the fingers look like the alien.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That is what it looks like.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, she sent me that, and I was like, that looks like a crawdad.
I've never seen anything like that. That's weird.
And I thought maybe a bug on the lens, and you can see it climbing up the chair.
Yeah. I agree with that. I don't think it would be illuminated that much. I think it would be darker if it were right up against the lens.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
she's trying to get back on.
okay.
I agree. She got kicked off, she said. But yeah, I've never seen anything like that or heard anything about something like that.
Very
It's
fun.
really interesting.
Yeah. That's a neat one.
My cat is attacking me. He wants some love. He probably wants the giant crawdad for dinner.
He's like, I'll take care of it.
He's like, I heard seafood.
That's cats for you. That's how they let you know they love you. By mauling you to death.
Oh, he's really good at it. She is trying to get back on. I don't know what's going on with her Wi-Fi.
So why did you decide to do even though this took a weird turn, just a show about your grievances with the paranormal?
Well, it's the good, the bad, the ugly.
Sure.
There's good things that come out of it, and then you have your assholes. You know that as well as I do.
Oh yeah, it's very
there's been a lot going on. I know you're not really an avid ghost hunter, but there's been a lot going on in that field the last couple of weeks. There's a guy that hosts the Paranormal Awards that was how do I want to say this? It's a conflict of interest.
yes.
Him and his he was put in the running for an award. And I feel that's a conflict of interest along with others.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, you're doing the awards.
Right.
The people that's voting would feel like they need to vote for you.
It's not like there's not other people that couldn't do the awards, or it's not like you can't step down from doing the awards.
Yeah.
Or accepting an award, rather. But
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, I would see that as a conflict of interest.
Definitely. And then Ghost Hunt USA, it came out that they did not pay Wilson's Castle up in Connecticut.
Oh, geez.
They're not the only ones they didn't pay.
Oh, gosh.
I know a location that they didn't even cancel and left the building unlocked.
Very
Mhm.
professional.
They went over to check on the building, and that's how they found out. And then a lot of people have wanted to step out of the field because of all the conflict going on.
Yeah.
And people are constantly trying to outdo each other. And and Larissa and I were talking about this earlier, that people like to throw out para-unity. They like to use that term a lot. And I've always said para-unity is bullshit, because they only have para-unity within their cliques.
Yeah. I definitely, I mean, it's the same thing that happens in
Yep.
cryptozoology. It's the same thing that
Yep.
happens in ufology. It's so fucking weird. You have all these people. I'm sorry, I have a potty mouth. You have all these people that, we all study the same weird stuff, like we all believe and like these crazy, outrageous beliefs. But when we accept that those things could be a reality, but for some reason we can't just like accept each other, and it's weird. It
Yeah,
doesn't make
I
any sense.
agree.
It's very it's terrible. But I know. I did that. I got in trouble because I went on a rant on my own show recently about gatekeeping and people singling each other out at these events.
Mhm.
And making people feel bad because you're not invited to the cool kids table. And I ended up being an asshole for that, I guess. And it's like, that
No,
doesn't even make any sense. Like, how am I the bad guy here? And I'm just trying to draw a community together, you know?
I get it. And people have been filing their grievances the last couple weeks, and I was like, you know what? Like, I don't know if you saw it. I went on a rant a couple times.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? And then I kept seeing people talking about the same things that I was talking about. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to just do a podcast that's a safe space for them to get their grievances out
Yeah.
and not be judged.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. But I mean, as unfortunate as you're not judging them, but the problem is that they're afraid to come out and say anything,
Yep.
because they're afraid to get retaliated against publicly, and that's really, really sad. Um, it doesn't have to happen that way. I had a friend over on Twitter who made a post about, basically what makes you a good investigator is it's not just like physically going out to the place, but like doing the research on these topics, and then your evidence, combing over your evidence.
Mhm.
And well, I guess kind of like it sounds like you guys have your own show on this, or Larissa's got a show on this, or whatever that is, where you go over your own evidence and try to debunk yourself. Um, you're not a good investigator if you don't do that. You need to be able to be critical of your own work, otherwise you're doing the whole field a disservice. And people really jumped on him about it, and they were very mad.
Oh, I'm sure I'm going to get it too, but you know what? I don't give a shit. It's got to be done.
It's time for that change to happen. It's time for us to get rid of these clicks and to get rid of the fakery and the hoaxes and just the bullshit. Because if we ever want this to be any type of scientific anything, then we have to change the way it is now.
And people look at you like you're crazy when you tell them what you do.
Oh yeah.
And this negativity that goes with when someone comes out and tells you their experience, I hate using the word story because that sounds like it's fictional. So I tend to use the word experiences.
Sure.
And I always try to listen and be non-judgmental. I know some of them's told me some wild ones, but you cannot judge them. That's why people don't come out. You know that as well as I do. And
Oh
it gets
yeah.
old.
Yeah, the ridicule for sure. I mean, you definitely do hear some stories. But that
Yeah.
doesn't mean that's not all of them. I'll say that a lot. I've had people, I have people tell me these things, and like it's obviously not true. But when I say
Mhm.
that, the only reason why I'm saying that is because someone has told me something so fantastical, with absolutely zero evidence to back it. And that one person definitely stands out in my mind amongst the sea of people who probably had a legitimate experience, who, which backs up with something that I've seen before, I've been familiar with, or it's just because I remember that person that said whatever crazy claim it was they were making. And it is annoying, especially with the internet. People, there's more fakers now on the internet than ever.
Oh, yeah.
But we need to tip the scales there. We need more legitimate people with legitimate experiences to come forward. And, so we can have this evidence to back up what's going on out there. Because we're not getting it from some of these people that just do it for the 5 seconds of fame that they might get from their favorite show host or whatever it is that they're doing. I don't know why they do it. But I agree with you. I think terminology is really important. So you're right. Switching it from story to experience, it doesn't seem like it's a big deal, but it is. That's the thing about it. When you look at an actual scientific group, any of them, just look at anything. Let's look at biology. When you have a biologist studying something in particular, well, they're going to break down exactly what it is that they're studying, and they're going to tell you the exact correct term. They can't mince words and be like, oh, did I say that? I meant to say this.
Exactly.
We need to pinpoint that terminology for ourselves in this community, because that hasn't happened yet either. So I don't know. And then you get people, it's really dumb. Like from my viewpoint, you'll get like paranormal people that are like, oh, Bigfoot, that's stupid. And it's like, are you serious? You hunt ghosts. Or you get cryptozoologists that are like, aliens, who gives a shit about that? And it's like, you've got these fringe people that are criticizing each other, and it's like, why? It's weird.
It makes no sense.
No, it doesn't.
Oh,
and
it's going out again.
Oh no. Well, that's okay. I have to go anyway. My daughter, and we're working on a project, so I have to finish that project up.
Yeah, my little guy's in here wanting my attention.
Wanting stuff. So yeah. Well, thanks for having me on. We'll have to just talk sometime again. But I mostly just wanted to finally, actually talk to you, because I hadn't yet. So I got to do that. Mission accomplished.
Yeah, I'll get with you.
Sure.
I'd like to have you back on, just to get to know you, and everybody get to know you and what you do. And
yeah, just let me
I
know.
know you're not very far from me, and we go to Kings Island in the summer. So yep.
We could definitely plan something out in that regard. All right. Well, I'll talk to you later.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on.
Sure.
I think I'm going to go ahead and end the podcast too, because Xander is wanting my attention. So everybody have a good night. And if you want to come on, just sign up on the Erie Paranormal Podcast website, or Facebook link, I should say. Have a good night.
What's your playing cake?